Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to a World War II quote-unquote simulator known as Steel Rain, a game that's available now for adding to your wish list on Steam and should be coming out soon. Check the store page for more information. If you guys would like to see more World War II games on the channel too, by the way, don't forget to click and tap that like button. One like equals one tank in the battle against YouTube, and their army is immense as the algorithm is trying to crush smaller channels and make sure that it's nothing but puppy dog videos and Coca-Cola ads in order to increase their bottom line. All right, guys. Well, this game is quite interesting in terms of what it has for... basically, it's kind of an asset simulator, or a big toy box, or a sandbox, if you will. There's a lot of things here, including every tank, basically, that was a major tank in World War II. Your Panzer IVs, your Tiger tanks, your Panther tanks, your T-34-85s, your Su-85s, etc., etc. There's a few missions that the developer has made, and there's also a multiplayer mode, but the single missions, some of them are just for laughs, apparently. But this is a game that is in testing phase, and so we're going to kind of take a look at what the promise of the future might bring. If we take a look at the big test in the future, let's take a look at Test 2, maybe, and see how it goes, and then we'll see all the vehicles battle it out, things explode, and then we'll try some more missions that are a little bit more objective-based. So as we start here, we're going in just to see all the explosions. I was surprised to see that there's half-tracks here, there's Flak 88 guns, there's the Big O Tigers and such, so we'll see how things go. So here we have some T-34-85s, it looks like all those tanks are, and on the other side of the field, immediately being hit, oh boy, is German half-tracks and all sorts of weapons already laid out. Some of the vehicles pointing the wrong way. But look at these models. These look really nice. Here we have a Tiger tank that's ready to go. Wow, I think we just shot our own dude out of existence. Let's go ahead and deflect some of these shells. And let's see if we can command this Tiger tank here. So here we have our Tiger lined up ready to go, knocking out one T-34 so far. And the second one looking like it's being hit there. Look at those Tiger tanks just deflecting those shells. Unfortunately, our vehicles are pointed the wrong way. We'll have to spin those around. I don't know what the hotkeys are for the game yet. I tried to look in the options menu, but they don't come up as displayed yet. But let's get some of our Panzer IVs ready to go and see if we can get our boys into battle. There we go. So I see a lot of promise here in both the maps and also in the vehicles. Some things are kind of a little light, but it's cool to see these explosions, and the screenshots, including the thumbnail, look awesome. So I'm hoping the developer has something that they're working on that they're not showing off yet. All but two T-34s destroyed. Wow, that's pretty amazing. I want to see if there's a good explosion on one of these T-34s. Let's make sure we command our troops to fire at some of those. There we go. Let's try this one here. See if we can maybe fire at this vehicle or target by right-clicking. Looks like they're just firing at random. Nice explosion there. T-34-85 up in flames. Looks like it's burning out of the turret. Oh, nice. Very good. Wow, that's actually very good. All the little sprockets and wheels and turrets and everything go flying in every direction. Very, very good. And we only lost 2 vehicles. The other test will turn it around, and we'll basically see the Germans crushed by a ton of T-34-85s. But let's try some other things here. We're going to just do some other tests to see how things work. Let's do an urban combat test. Let's try that. Do a little urban combat now for our first real scenario. So that was just to kind of display how things will look. The vehicles look promising. I'm always down to see more World War II games. This one kind of is, you know, there's all the parts are here, but it just needs to be built into a beautiful machine. So hopefully we see something like that working very soon. All right, new objective then. We have to capture the village over there in that giant muddy farm field just in front of us. There's the village there, so we just need to push into it with the help of a Flak 88, which is interesting. I wish we had like maybe a mortar or something like that, but we'll bring our Flak 88 in. Now, let's see if we can choose between the ammunition. It looks like we do have the anti-tank and maybe like a HE round of some sort. Not sure exactly what some of these controls do. It looks like this might put the vehicle or the weapon down. This might reorient the weapon. This tells them to stop, and maybe this is an aggressive stance or something. Not exactly sure. It doesn't really say, but there is a lot of potential here for like formations and things like that. Do our troops avoid buildings? Oh yeah, that's good. Good animations on the troops. I mean, they look decent for a game that you know, is being made by a very small team. Not everything can be AAA, and if it was, it would be EA Games, which is even more evil than YouTube when it comes to like, oh, you want ammunition for your MP44? Oh, well, it's got to be $5. All right, there we are. Enemy troops are spotted. Don't know if we're going to open fire at them automatically, but it's kind of cool to see it play out. Let's go over this way. Maybe we can use some grenades or something like that. Let's go over this way and engage those enemies. Let's actually gather our forces a little closer together. There we go. Just so we can move between those houses. We'll try to capture the flag and then flank them. Looks like everybody's got an MP40, and so nobody has like a MG42 or anything like that, or a rifle or anything. So it looks like everybody's just got an MP44. The Soviet troops are armed with PPSHs? No, the standard rifle, the Mosin. All right, let's see if we can get our troops to close in here. Soviets aren't even fighting back. This will be a good mission. So here's what I'm hoping to see, right? Like, this kind of seems like, oh, this is kind of dumb. But hold on now. There's a lot of potential here for people to make their own missions. This seems like you could make like a 25, 30-minute mission editor mission where you set up a village, a few mortars, you give the enemy like a half-track and like a AT gun or something like that, and then, you know, you try to secure the village or something. That would be absolutely phenomenal. That would be really, really cool. So I'd love to see like a quick mission editor for players to be able to recreate scenarios like, you know, Kharkov, both times, maybe early Operation Barbarossa stuff. So the fact that the game has the potential for that is good, and I definitely want to see it. Now, we can also play as the Russians, too, but it seems like the game, I don't even think they're programmed to attack yet, or maybe they just don't have the range. You'd think a rifle would outrange an MP40, though. Maybe we just need to get a little closer. There we go. So the potential to have commanded squads to be able to, you know, have a Tiger tank roll in and then have a half-track behind it and have the infantry support the tank and then clear a town is there. And that would be really cool to see some Normandy stuff, too. And if the Germans and the Soviets are here, then why not add the Americans and British? We could have ourselves a full-fledged game. So it's nice to kind of take a look at these games and hope and wish and pray that something more advanced will come out. Good effects when rounds are hitting the ground. Unfortunately, our troops are kind of just in move mode. Is that guy dead? Did you get him? Here, let's have this guy stop and see if he can finish him off. Oh, looks like he's already done. Okay, well, I would say that we finished off the enemy. I don't think there's... I mean, it was just like a bunch of random people standing around. But the potential for a more complex mission to see walls and roadways and to take cover and have your troops do that is there. Let's go on to another mission now. The Narva Bridgehead 1944 is cool, except there's no enemies to fight against, so you do take command of some Tigers, and you can roll them around and command them, but there's not much you can do with it. Let's do the Panzer IV test and see if we can fight against maybe the Soviets. I can easily take command of the Soviets as well with the drop-down box before hitting start, but a lot of these things seem to be just prepped for the Germans. All right, there's our Panzer IV test. Nice. I wonder if they can actually get on the vehicle, or if we can command the vehicle to stay... Okay, there went our Panzer IV. Well, so much for that test. I guess the test was a failure. What the heck happened? Well, that looked good. The vehicle looked nice. I don't know what happened there, but all right. Well, anyway, let's take a look at the infantry. Do they have... Oh, good. They actually have rifles. And they're doing a little dance. Wait, these are Soviet troops. What the hell? That doesn't make any sense at all. All right, let's go back to the main menu and see what else there is. Okay, so Panzer IV test. Maybe that was like infantry possibly destroying a tank. Maybe they're equipped with the anti-tank Molotovs or anti-tank grenades. Maybe the animation was just glitched. I'm not sure. Let's try the... let's see. Panzer IV test was a no-go. Let's try the multiplayer test. We'll play single, but the AI should be able to do something in this case, hopefully. I do like the maps. Like, the ground looks great. I can't wait to see rolling terrains, tree lines, bridges, rivers, the ability to cross. Maybe there'll be amphibious units. It's all a big, you know, giant hope for me. I'm hoping to see something here. Multiplayer test. So here we've got ourselves some Panzer IVs, which seem to be, like, very in danger. They're disappearing. They must have zapped one of them already. And we're getting shot at from enemies we can't see. Oh, there we go. All right, let's try this. I'm going to stop here. There we go. All right, so it looks like we had a Panzer IV. It must have been destroyed, and then maybe it doesn't have a destruction animation. So I'm thinking what we saw earlier was true about the other units. Looks like a T-34-85 here was knocked out. It doesn't have a triangle above it, and I don't see the engine running. Oh, yeah, I do. There's a little bit of exhaust. Okay, let's jump back to the Panzer IV. It's probably destroyed by now. It's got to be against those T-34s. All right, let's move over this way. Oh, there we go. Wow, T-34-85 knocked out by a Panzer IV. Good job. All right, and it looks like the other one's knocked out too. Whoa, and there went a man. He went flying. Okay, I don't know if that vehicle maybe is for capture. Maybe I can put my troops in that. But I don't think I see any other infantry on the field. Imagine this game being maybe the map being like 5 times this size and being able to call in air support and recon and artillery. Again, I'm just speculating, but I would love to see it. That would be awesome. Very cool. Wow, that vehicle's really flying. That Panzer IV is going real quick. He's a speedy boy. Look at him. Wow, that thing's really up to speed. So I don't know if there's other ways to command vehicles to go at a slower speed, but that'd be cool in order to support infantry. Let's see if there's machine guns on this. It looks like it just has the 75mm, so I don't know if the MGs will actually function. Oh boy, that T-34 had a bad day. Let's see if the infantry will attack the tank and throw grenades. Oh, okay, well that guy's having a bad day. Oh, that's nice. Good kill animations on these guys, or at least, you know, like poses. Looks like we're going to hit the T-34 again. Or just random infantry. Alright, let's see if our own infantry will attack now. It looks like there's a potential in this game, too, for mud and grass and different, you know, landscapes to provide maybe a different speed or rough terrain that tanks have to cross. Again, this is very early. I don't think it should be discarded or anything like that, because I'm all for seeing more games of World War II that are kind of like these real-time strategies where all you have to do is, like, command the troops. These guys are not getting out of the way, I guess. Alright, well, that tank's got to be destroyed. Oh, there we go. German MP40s now. We saw the KR-98, I think, before, and now these guys seem to have MP40s. There we go. I think that's enemy eliminated completely, right? Oh, a few more guys in front of the tank. I think our gun depression might not be able to reach them. Let's go a little further away. We'll stop right there. See a little red line coming out of the tank. I don't know what that is, maybe for the developer, but the MG is there. There should be one in the turret as well. And I see it there too, but it doesn't look like it's actually working. Alright, looks like we killed all the guys there. That's good. Alright, let's see what else we've got. Let's go for a little bit of a lull situation. There is ZiS-3 versus Tigers. They'll ambush us in the flank. I think there's also Panthers in this game too. Alright, we're going to try to take immediate action on this one because the ZiS-3s are going to flank us. So we need to make sure that we immediately turn in order to burn on them and try to destroy their ambush position. ZiS-3 guns in the tree line trying to blow up some Tigers. Hopefully they don't successfully do it. There's our vehicles. Wow, are we a million miles away. Okay, there goes the rounds immediately. Okay, let's have our Tigers turn. No Tigers lost yet. Ah, beautiful. This is like Reverse Fury. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this map. This is nice. Look at this. There's trees. We've got a little bit of variation in elevation. You can kind of see the rolling hills a little bit. One ZiS-3 is down. Let's stop our Tigers right there. Roll up just a little bit further. 2 guns down. Nice. Good explosions. I really want to see the potential for simulating battles in this. It'd be cool to set up 2 forces at like Stalingrad, have 1 force defend and 1 force attack and see what happens. Oh, wow, another Ziz. Looks like it was decrewed there. Look at that, damn. Absolutely blown to pieces. Wow, how many guns were here? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7? 5, I think it's 6, I think. Wow, that's amazing. Very cool. Oh, we're still shooting, apparently. Okay, well, we got that ambush. Nice. No vehicles destroyed on our side. Alright, is there anything else here? Wow, look at this giant expanse. There's a captured a flag to capture there. That would be really interesting to see one player set up trenches and defenses. Really almost like Steel Division, except kind of a little bit more like... this feels a little bit like Men of War meets Steel Division. Look at those sexy tanks. That is great looking. That really looks nice. I want to see missions, man. I want to play some missions. Oh, look at that. Oh, I thought the track was moving because it was turning. Oh, I thought one track was staying still in order to animate the turn. Wow, that's cool. All right, let's go back to the main menu and see what else there is. So we did multiplayer test. Let's try the demo. Let's see what happens there as we play as the Germans. I'd also like to attack as the Soviets and see what would happen. But it seems like for now the developers just set up the Germans to kind of have like the advantage, except for one scenario where they absolutely get demolished. Absolutely demolished. All right, let's see. Hopefully we've just got to have this start up, and then we'll go right into it. I'm really curious to see more from this developer, too. There's a lot of promise with how it looks. I think it looks beautiful. I want to see airfields and stuff, too. I'm so excited to, like, I want to see. Oh, here we go. Now we've got ourselves a full-scale battle. So after all that goofing, let's see what we can do now. Looks like we actually have a full-scale battle with T-34s being seen. So here's what the demo says. This is the moment we've all been waiting for now. An actual, real, full-scale battle. Look at how far away these tanks can engage each other. We see Tigers here, firing at the enemy. We see some Panzer IVs and infantry ready to go. I don't know if we have Panthers at all. So it looks like it's just Tigers and Panzer IVs. Let's push forward with our infantry. This will provide line of sight, I think. Cool to see our infantry in the field like that. It'd be nice to have some half-tracks at our disposal. All right, infantry is going to push forward. It looks like the Soviets just have T-34s. And quite about a billion of them. They got about a billion T-34s. Okay, so this is the battle that we wanted to see. This is, of course, a kind of a more realistic setup for how these forces would engage. If they had, at least in tank battles like this. We may as well keep a distance with our Tigers and use our range. Looks like some of the T-34s are being hit. Wow, what a distance to fire from. There are so many T-34s compared to our Tigers. That's incredible. I don't think our Panzer IVs are engaging yet. Well, looks like they are, actually. Okay, let's push forward with the infantry. Close that range a little bit. So every gun for the Soviets means that they have a chance to hit us, obviously. So more guns may likely win eventually, especially in this war. I think we just heard a vehicle take a big hit, but they seem to be functioning still. Wow, this is awesome. Let's have our tanks roll forward and let's get an awesome shot on this one. Let's actually push everything together. All right, let's watch our tanks roll forward. We want to win the battle, but also we want it to look cool. Ah, there we go. Wow, that looks amazing. I love seeing these vehicles roll forward like this. Yeah, it really feels like a cross between Steel Division 2 and also Men of War Assault Squad in a way. Troops are still pushing forward. Don't know if the Soviets have infantry, but they must. I just don't see them yet. Oh yeah, there they are. Now this would be good for multiplayer. Looks like the Soviets have some regular T-34s. So the comparisons here in this game are T-34-85 equals Tiger, or at least slightly down, or at least that's their counter for it, and a T-34 just equals a Panzer IV. So let's try those rolling forward and see how that looks. Let's roll forward to about this line. And let's see how the Panzer IVs look like when they're rolling. Yeah, check that out. That's amazing. They're really fast. Looks like we got an infantry guy in the back, Wehrmacht soldier. Looks like there's XP, EXP, 400 out of 1,000. I wonder what happens when they reach the next level. If they become more proficient or if they can see further, I'm not sure. Well, we're hitting T-34s. I can see, like, some flashes here. Yeah, there we go. Woo! Vehicle destroyed. There we go. Damn, look at those guns go. Look at the Soviets. Look at those tanks. All right, well, we got one, so, you know, I guess technically we're winning. I mean, we're the only one to score a kill, I guess, so far, at least tank-wise. I wonder if the Tigers have unlimited ammo. Oh, no, they don't. They're down to about 16 rounds. We might want to get a lot closer than that. You'd think range would only benefit the Germans. Looks like a Panzer IV was dropped there, too. It seems like whoever sits with the most guns wins. If the Soviets are just parked up against the corner of the map and we have to go to them, they have a better chance of hitting us because they're stationary and have way more tanks. So that's probably going to be a default win for them. Let's see some more of these T-34s fire off. Well, they're actually getting hit, it seems. Or very close, too. Looks like we've got to get really close to win. Alright, let's just skirt right up on top of them. Let's just roll all the way to them and see what happens. Alright, so the enemy lost one T-34 and we lost one Panzer IV. The Tigers seem to be okay, I think. Here they come rolling in now. Oh, this is going to be sweet. Look at this. Oh, one tank being hit there. Looks like it deflected. Wow, Soviets are losing tanks now. More than before. Our infantry's coming in. I don't think our infantry has any sort of anti-tank capability. But it would be cool to see anti-tank rifle squads and other anti-tank weapons. The ability to recreate battles and stuff is here. The potential is great. That's what I will say. T-34 knocking out a Tiger, finally. One of our Tigers knocked out. And is that... I wonder if that's tank crew that pops out of the vehicle when they die. They're just modeled as regular infantry, maybe. Soviets are only going to win as we get closer now, I think. Another Tiger tank knocked out. Down to like 3 out of the 5, I think we were given. But we would have never won because there's no way for us to resupply, even if I would have to close in order to increase the accuracy. But that also increases the accuracy of the Soviets. So the only way to win is either via supply or whoever has the most amount of guns. This is great to see, though. Look at that. There's not really like a World War II game that I can think of where you can set up these massive battles like this in order to recreate them. Or to play them out. It would be great if the developer included it, like a lot of great missions. For example, recently I played really just an awesome Unity of Command 2. I really enjoyed that game, and it's so cool to see games going for historical recreation, but then also the ability to create any battle you'd like, or any small scenario, like one Sherman versus a German PaK-40 or something like that, and a handful of infantry on both sides, and see who can win. You know, cat versus mouse type scenarios. Alright, looks like the Panzer IVs have rolled right up into the face of the T-34s and are slugging it out. Looks like the T-34s are getting bopped. They've lost 3 vehicles to our 0 that I can see so far. Looks like the Panzer IVs are having no problem deflecting the shells from the T-34s. And the T-34-85s have lost a few more tanks against the Tigers that have closed the gap. Still up to 3 Tigers. Let's stop them here and see if they can battle it out now against the enemy. Taking some direct hits now. They're getting more accurate as the range is closing in. We actually might win this one. If the T-34s are destroyed down here by the Panzer IVs, we can just swing north. Who cares about the infantry? I want to see tanks battle. Let's go up this way. This is just great. And we'll cut down a wedge right between the two. Ah, beautiful. We're down to just 2 enemy tanks on this side, it looks like. Everything else is on fire or knocked out. Wow, the Panzer IVs did it. I solely underestimated them. Looks like they're all knocked out now. Beautiful work. All right, let's come up on the bottom of those T-34-85s. Wow, I did not think the Panzer IV would have armor compared to the T-34. And I thought the Tigers would be dead by now. Wow. So we lost, what, 1 or 2 Panzer IVs and 1 or 2 Tigers so far? Soviets are actually being wiped out. Tanks are rolling now towards the T-34s there. We're just bypassing Soviet infantry. This is almost like Barbarossa, except with later vehicles. Like, these may as well be like T-26s and BT-7s versus like Panzer IIIs and Stuks and stuff. Wow, Tigers are just knocking them out from the front. Now time for the T-34s to get hit from the side. Panther IVs are going to roll right in. Oh, you can actually see the crew is a little wounded. I would assume this is maybe the commander, the driver, the gunner, the loader, and second backup driver if in the radio position, probably. There we go. Wow, this is cool. A flanking maneuver that was successful. They're firing at the infantry. Don't worry about them, boys. Target those tanks. There we go. About 4 more tanks remaining for the Soviets. Plenty of targets over there, boys. targeting the infantry. Target the tanks! Yeah. I'm not sure if I can get them to... I can't, like, select the tank and have them do it. Let's just roll up the line. Maybe our boys will be smart enough to target them when they get closer. Lots of infantry here. So I'm assuming when a tank explodes, the tank crew also appears as regular infantry. T-34 there. Wow, T-34-85 not even able to take out the Panzer IVs from the front. All Tigers are still fine, the ones that made it here. Wow, that is an absolute victory for us. 2 Tigers knocked out versus like, you know, like 10 plus T-34-85s and 10 plus T-34s. That's pretty good. Our tanks are still more interested in killing who's behind them. I don't know why they're doing that. Hello? Fire there, please. Let's get them to surround this guy. There we go. Well, just like in Men of War, the AI is targeting like an infantryman that's 700 miles away and not really caring about a tank that's literally next to them. Their biggest threat. I don't see that vehicles have fuel at the moment, but maybe that'll be a thing in the future. Looks like Tigers are out of ammo. And finally the Panzer IVs trying to knock out that T-34. Well, come on now. What, point-blank range like this? I think we might be firing HE, that might be it. Yeah, it looks like we're firing HE. So everybody's down to just HE rounds. So basically that's a GG and we win. That's good, very good. Alright, let's go back to the main menu and try one more final scenario. That's good. Now, that's what I want to see there. That shows potential, right? That could evolve into something that really could be something great, I would hope to see. So we've done the demo, the multiplayer test, Narva 1944. Let's do the test big, where the Soviets are probably going to win. And let's actually play as the Soviets for once now, and see if we can knock out all the Germans and get a little bit of revenge for the last few battles and turn things around a little bit. So again, a very interesting game that has potential, that has a long way to go, and obviously the landscapes are looking pretty good. I'm waiting to see a little bit more on that. The models look pretty good. Hoping to see vehicles being able to be broken down and modified and upgraded and whatnot. You know, like maybe you could do some field repairs on something or add foliage in the field. That'd be kind of cool. All right, let's get our tanks pointed the right way. That'd be nice. And time for a little bit of revenge. Let's try to flank these guys from the south. Oh, let's just steam right into them, actually. Let's just bring everything forward. All guns forward. Let's go. Oodah! Wow, some even going in reverse. Damn. Oh, wow, look at that. Wow. All right, let's get these tanks up from the south. This is just shooting fish in a barrel. Oh, half-tracks can just be, like, rolled right over. I think we can actually... I wonder if we can just tip these over by running into them. Yeah, smash into them, boys. Nice. Wow, the ultimate revenge for the Soviets. Well, this is going to be cool. If I can see large-scale battles play out, like Kursk or Kharkov, or the entire front, could you imagine if you could see, like, maybe not the whole front, but, you know, like, for example, fight against Army Center or whatever in 42 or 44, whatever. You know, Operation Begraton or whatever. That'd be all cool. I'd love to see it. All right, all of our vehicles coming to a stop finally. Look at all that smoke. Man. You know what this really reminds me of is Iraq in 91 with the U.S. tanks basically just rolling in on a pretty much demolished Iraqi force from behind. We hit them in the front, but still it was kind of the same. And we lost, what, 3 vehicles? That's a Tiger there. How'd that one get there? Oh, no, that's T-34. T-34 times 4. destroyed this time around. Wow. More guns, I guess, always wins. All right, boys. Well, that is it for today's demo of Steel Rain. It's a game I think you should keep your eye on for further developments. You never know if this could be the next big popular World War II game, if the developer is able to make some big updates and lead on their promises of what looks to be a very beautiful game. I want to see some more single-player aspects to it. It's cool that multiplayer is already implemented, and this isn't going to be a $60 AAA title, but it's a game that I think has a lot of heart, and the developer definitely has a lot of passion for tanks, and I can appreciate that. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Thanks for leaving a like on the way out, all the love and support. You guys are awesome. See you next time. Bye.